EA Sports welcomes you to Wednesday afternoon basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Here we go.
Butler with the ball. Pass to Edey.
Hit me, I'm open. I got him.
Durant down low. 6 on the shot clock. Edey gets the bucket.
Hey, it's all about W's for Durant. I mean, he understands that feeding open teammates is how you make that happen.
Here's Hardaway. Some solid defense from Butler. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
Continuing to work on refining his craft. Butler puts in a great amount of time, maybe more than most.
They set the screen. Inside. And finished off by Edey.
Well, I tell you what, the big guy knows how to do that. Throw it down.
Outside Hardaway. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Almost whenever he wants to, Benny can get to the hoop. He's that good with the rock.
Pass to Edey. Back to Butler. 5 to shoot. Outside for Durant. Oh, good on the triple.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And the wide open shot from Duncan. It's good from long range.
Oh, too easy for Duncan there. Feels like he can take these shots whenever he wants to.
You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. Here's Hardaway. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Hey, I love the effort from the defense, but Hardaway able to finish through contact. Nicely done.
Butler goes in. Nobody near Leonard. His three-pointers off the mark. There's 1:40 left in the first. To the paint, Hardaway. And it's sent back by Leonard.
Those long arms and big hands of Leonard helping him send that one back.
Pass to Mutombo. Good ball movement here by Albuquerque. And now the fast break. Durant with the ball. Here's Edey. And that one is hammered home.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
3 points.
And one thing that makes Leonard's shot so effective is the backspin. Gives him that magic touch.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision excellent.
Out to the wing. Edey. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Edey's got 7.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And so now a timeout taken by Mike D'Antoni.
Now on the court is your hype squad. Get loud and let them hear it. All right, everybody, the loudest second gets a free t-shirt. Who wants the shirt?
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Abdul-Jabbar the screen. It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive. Here's George. And Devin Booker pulls it down. Albuquerque trails by 5. Here's Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And given that Holmgren is 7 feet tall, he's a threat to throw it down at any time.
Screen by Bird. Just 3 on the clock. And that's going to do it. Some good defense down the stretch to end the quarter. And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. And so, lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. They lead by 3. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we...
16.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
And you know what? That's what happens when you establish your three-point game early. Puts the defense right up against it.
Oh!
Artistry and poetry in motion. Irving can create in the air as well as anybody.
And stolen by Irving. And here we go, Albuquerque, fast break. Here's Song. Holmgren wide open. And again, it's Albuquerque.
Well, I'm not sure how that one found the bottom of the net, but hey, you take it when it comes.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
And Tim Duncan gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone.
Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media, but people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Connects from three-point range.
And I love the competitive edge Holmgren plays with, coming right back with his own triple.
To the middle. Here's George. The kick out to Abdul-Jabbar. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And hit the turnaround jumper.
Now, there's an example of good defense beating good offense.
Now Holmgren. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
1:53 left to play here in the second quarter. He gets that one. Irving's got the lead up to 1 now for Albuquerque.
So many different ways he can attack. He can pull up from the mid-range like he does here. The doctor is in the house, folks.
Here's Duncan, and Duncan throws it down hard. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Right side Irving, and Dr. J slams it in.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight, neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Pass to Song. Good ball movement here by Albuquerque. Outside Irving. 6 to shoot. Drains it from beyond the arc. Now it's a 4-point Albuquerque lead.
How about Irving stretching out the defense, making the most of a rare trip behind the arc.
To the inside. And stolen by Irving. Booker with no one around. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And Albuquerque leads by 7.
The league will learn fast. You have to run Booker off his jump shot. He's lethal from just about anywhere.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
And getting physical with his play. Booker just attacking the hoop.
And there's the call on Devin Booker. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
15 seconds left in the second quarter. Outside Butler. Back to KD. KD, so efficient in there.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Puts it up off the inbound. 2 on the clock. A shot off that time. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Albuquerque out in front as they end the second quarter on a 15-6 run. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. And it's Leonard, top of the key. Out to Hardaway. Just 5 to shoot. Albuquerque needs to get a shot off it. And the layup falls. Hardaway has got 6 points.
You can't allow Hardaway to get these kinds of looks. He's very consistent inside.
Out of bounds, it'll be Albuquerque's ball. And stolen by Butler. Outside Leonard. Leonard on the wing. Down low. It's stolen by Mutombo. Albuquerque shooting their first free throw this game.
That's his first personal.
The free throw drops for Duncan.
You know, you got to really appreciate and respect how steadfast Duncan is. I mean, he's always under control and composed. Keeps his team focused on the task at hand, and that's extremely valuable.
Outside Leonard. To the wing right side. Now here's Mutombo. Hasn't made one yet. Drills the three-pointer.
It's rare that you see this from Duncan, so you know he had to really like the shot.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Here's Heaney. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Clark, what in the world is left for Giannis to accomplish at this point?
You know, Kevin, I don't know, quite honestly. I mean, perhaps more championships or MVPs. He's really done it all. Maybe a scoring title, but whatever he does from this point on, it's only going to add to what's been a Hall of Fame career.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. KD on the wing. Shoots from the corner. Tim Duncan grabs the miss.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
The free throw drops for Duncan. .153 left to play here in the third. Pass to Leonard. No good that time. Here's Heaney. Hardaway with the steal. For Albuquerque, they've been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. Free throw drops for Leonard.
You know, when you talk Kawhi Leonard, you start with his defense, and I don't know if there's a better wing defender around.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Here's Duncan. And the dunk by Duncan.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
But look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hand.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Pass to Song. Back to Booker. There's a screen. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Song. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. Abdul-Jabbar with the ball. He's picked up by Holmgren. Bird looking it over. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Here's Duncan. Another shot. And it's Abdul-Jabbar getting it to go.
Well, you see the toughness and the instincts of Jabbar. I mean, always a threat for these second chance opportunities.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
And guys, I know there are a lot of questions right now defensively for this team. There's no doubt about that.
Over to the wing. Here's Morrison. Duncan grabs the rebound. Here's Bird. Oh, and the jam by Bird.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish.
Maybe that'll help them recapture their edge a little bit, guys.
And so it's Albuquerque heading to the bench with a 7-point lead.
36.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. And he banks in the layup.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
And great awareness of the situation. Gilgeous-Alexander sensing the chance for the steal and just taking it straight up on the break.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He has decided it's the right time to talk. So both teams making some changes here. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Eric Spoelstra coaching the team during the break. Now, his perspective was to play like we're behind. He said that's the energy we need right now. We haven't won anything yet. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David. Outside for Durant. Wants to get it to Butler and does. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Butler knows what he can do inside. That time erupting for a throwdown.
Pass to Mutombo. And it's to Kembe with the jam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
And both free throws good for Durant.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock him down from the line.
Pass to Leonard. And Kawhi with a throwback dunk.
Very few players have the combination of power and athleticism that Kawhi has. Electric.
Back to Duncan. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Stolen away. Here's Morrison. Outside Leonard. With the drive. And Durant sends it back.
Affecting the shot right there. The length of Durant, a problem for the offense.
Now Mutombo. Ball's knocked loose.
2 minutes remaining.
In comes Durant. And they're able to recover. Duncan outside. It's to Mutombo. Back to Duncan. .144 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Rocket 6. The 3. And it's good, assisting on the play was Hardaway. Duncan's got 10 points here in the second half.
Hey, it may not make the highlight reel, but all Tim Duncan does is score points. And he makes your team a ton better.
There's the screen. Weber. Rebound by Albuquerque. They've led by as many as 14 points. .115 left to play in the final quarter. And Leonard has it in the corner. Back to Duncan. And stolen by Butler. Stolen by Duncan. Here he goes. And Duncan throws it down hard.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
There's 47 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Hardaway for 3. Drills it from outside. And Albuquerque leads by 11.
That one's going to be the final dagger, and these guys can now celebrate.
And they deserve it. They deserve to celebrate a dominant performance in what's going to be a blowout win.
And it's Durant missing.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
Away team ball.
The visitors with the ball. They trail by 11.
Kenny Hardaway. That's his second personal foul. Second team foul.
17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Out to Duncan. From deep. Oh my, he'll go to the line with a chance for a 4-point play. Tim Duncan picks one up.
Personal foul.
And so here's Albuquerque. Poked away. Trains the three-pointer. And so Albuquerque takes the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.